Good afternoon, everyone. I have some great news to share with you today. KSD has eliminated the requirement for parents to complete daily learning logs for our distance and remote learners. In turn, today will be the last day that our distance remote learning parents and students will complete these logs. To meet the new auditing requirement from KSDE that will replace the learning log, each school will now be required to keep track of their meaningful daily connection with distance remote learners. In addition, attendance for the student or students will be determined based on their participation in this meaningful daily connection with the assigned staff member. During this session today, I will be providing distance and remote learning teachers and counseling staff with an overview of how to complete this log on the days each week they make the meaningful daily connection with their assigned students. In most cases, the assigned teacher completes this task 4 days a week, and in some buildings, the counseling staff is assigned to do it 1 day per week. So whoever is the staff member that is conducting the daily communication, they are the one that will go into the log and complete this task on that particular day. So let's start with the definition of a meaningful daily connection. KSDE's updated definition of meaningful daily connection, which was provided during a Counting Kids workshop that I participated in this week, is as follows. The meaningful daily connection should involve staff checking in on the social emotional status of their students, as well as providing support and guidance regarding academic progress. The daily connection must be made via phone call, through a video conferencing tool, or could occur face-to-face. Just a quick note, we realize that there's going to be additional communications that are made with students by the distance or remote learning staff member, but also from other content area teachers and possibly administration as well. These communications should be made, but they will not and do not need to be logged for the purpose of the audit. Who has access to this daily communication/attendance log? Teachers and counseling staff assigned to our distance and remote learners have access to their school's daily communication attendance log. In addition, a school secretary and your building administration have access to it as well. So how do we fill out this log? Well, starting tomorrow, Thursday, September 18th, you will need to identify all of your assigned students who were present during your daily connection and those who were not. So in a nutshell, you're somewhat taking attendance right there for those kids that are participating and those who are not. Then once those daily connections have concluded for the day, and when you have a break or a time to do this, you will open up the log sheet and complete it for tomorrow, which will be September the 18th. I'm going to take you on a quick tour or show you how to navigate this so it is easy for you to do tomorrow. So what you're going to find when you open up your log is a sheet like such, and across the bottom there are going to be tabs. There are 2 tabs for each month. The first one will be on the left and it will have the month and then followed by the word log. So in this case, for our month now, which is September, it'll say September log. The second tab that will be utilized or filled in is called the September NC description tab. So I'm going to take you through this and kind of pretend like you are entering some information tomorrow. You will start with the September log. So I am clicked on that right now. And you should have your document or checklist, whatever that you used when you were taking attendance for those students that participated in the daily communication. Using that, you will go in and you will locate your students on this page. So I'm going to pretend like I am in charge of the 6th grade students at the middle school for distance learning. I'm going to go to each student. And I'm going to start with Ethan. I'm going to go over here. Much of this is filled in. Secretaries uploaded the names and the grade level And I just copied and pasted the learning model here for those students. So you'll start off here with your initials. So we're going to pretend like it's me. I'll put my initials in there. And then you locate the date. And right here we have the 18th. So I'm going to click on this little drop down arrow. And I'm going to pick one of these 4 options. The first one is VC. VC means video connection. Okay, so that, when we think of that, that's going to be your Zoom. The second one is PC, that means a phone call. FF means face-to-face, and NC means no contact or communication. So let's pretend that Ethan did participate in our morning meeting. I'm going to click a VC. You see that that turns green. So that is an appropriate communication. They are present. And when counting for attendance, they are counted as being there. So now we're going to go to Mr. Crump. Well, Mr. Crump didn't participate today. Again, I'm making this up. And I'm going to click on no contact. And what you'll find is that the box will appear in pink. So this is just kind of guide for you. So when you have to provide some additional information about this student and why they didn't connect, you have it. And then the secretary at the elementary and middle school who is taking attendance, they will be able to see that quickly and know that these are the kids that will be unexcused. And at the high school, the distance learning teachers who will be in charge of attendance, they'll be able to do the same. So I would just continue doing this, filling this log out for all of my 6th graders. So when I'm done, I should have something filled in this column for every student for the 18th. Now, when you come back on Monday, you'll continue and you'll do it for the 21st, the 22nd, and so forth. Pretty simple. All right, so let's pretend that of all my 6th graders, Mr. Crump was the only one that didn't jump on the Zoom this morning and didn't participate. So then that's where this second tab comes into play. So you're going to click on that and you're going to go over here and you're going to type in the day of the month, and we know it was the 18th. It could be the 19th, 20th, whatever it is. You're going to type in, I can't remember, I'm going to make up the name. I think it was William Crump. I'm going to type, oh, I did that wrong, sorry. Crump, William, 6th grade. Type that in there. He's a distance learning program kiddo. And type in my initials so we know what staff member is recording this information. And then you can type in this case, student, kind of like what I did up here above, and it should fill. Student did not log in during morning Zoom meeting. Now, if you were asking that student to call you and they didn't participate in the phone call or they didn't pick up, you might put student did not pick up when I tried to reach out to them through a phone call. Again, very simple. It doesn't have to be very long. But remember the communication, there's only those 3 attempts. You can't have anything in here really about email or texting or anything like that, because that does not count in auditing terms as a true form of meaningful daily contact. If you have a group of students and you typically do that same type of connection every day, you know, take advantage of the copy and paste and do that. You know, don't spend hours. You can kind of do the same thing with your initials, same thing with the learning model. So just to save yourself some time, use the copy and paste tool to your advantage. Okay, so that would be what you do for the day. Now, the second part of it is the attendance. So now we will be taking attendance through this daily connection. So if a student, for example, participates, they will be counted as being in attendance at school for that day. If they have a pink box and they show up as not participating, then in Power School, they are going to appear as an unexcused absence. At the elementary level and middle school level, an assigned building secretary will then be logging that attendance in Power School for your assigned students. Going back, if the student is marked by you with an NC in the sheet, in the log sheet, the secretary will mark the student as unexcused for the day. If a parent contacts the office to inform them of the absence, the secretary can then make an adjustment to the student's unexcused absence. But if that parent does not contact the office, that child is going to be marked as unexcused. At the high school level, our distance learning facilitators or teachers, they will be taking attendance one time in PowerSchool for their distance learning program students. If you have questions about that, check with Mr. Rivera and he can provide you with the details on how to complete that class. So as far as how are we going to communicate this information to our parents and assigned students so they understand what the updates are and what changes have been made. So my suggestion is on September 18th during your daily connection and through an extra, like an email, provide a clear explanation to your assigned parents and students that daily connection will be what is used to determine if their child is marked absent or present at school. They also need to know that if they don't participate in that daily connection, they will receive an unexcused absence in PowerSchool. Inform them that to remove the unexcused absence, they must notify the school and inform them of the reason why their child did not participate in the daily connection. Just a couple of thoughts too is if you can communicate this information to families today or before tomorrow's daily connection, that would be awesome. I think that will give them a little bit of time to prepare and realize that if my child doesn't jump onto this Zoom, or even the student, if I don't jump onto this Zoom or don't answer the phone, I'm going to be marked unexcused in PowerSchool. So hopefully that will eliminate, or at least maybe there will be a few less no-shows tomorrow during your connection meeting or meetings. The other thing, at the district level, information about this change will also be sent to families via school messenger later today. We have to send out a new assurance form that each family has to sign. That's part of the auditing requirement as well. So the message that goes out with that will contain some information about the attendance and how that will be taken moving forward. All right, so if you do have questions after this video, I'm going to be sharing a link, or you'll see it in your email, where there is a Q&A at the bottom. So if you have some additional questions you want me to answer or that you have, go ahead and just type them into that Q&A table, and then I will respond in a timely manner. You can also check with your building administrator as they're aware of these changes and what is going on. So have a great afternoon and talk to you soon. Bye-bye.